For the past 12 months, I've been trying to make my dream game, but that doesn't come with great challenges I faced along the way, especially since I had to switch game engines and relearn many parts of the game in the process just to make a mediocre version of the game. It wasn't what I originally envisioned, but I think it's enough of a concept for it to be playable. So this is how I went from this all the way to where I'm currently at in making the Humble game. Some background story to this game. I really enjoy playing Humble. It's a game that I played throughout primary and high school, and I've never gotten bored playing this game. You might think it's just hitting the ball on your square first, and then onto the other player's square, while staying on the boundary set by these lines. It's not that simple. There's also moves like a twisty, slug, under the leg, behind the back. I don't know if this one is grabs or not move. You get the point. There's a lot of moves that can be performed to get the other player out, which is the goal of the game. Anyways, there's more rules which I'll explain while making the game. Yeah, I need to start. So I started by coding the player movements, and I wasn't sure whether to use first or third person, since it really depends what type of player you are. But I decided to go with first person since I want to match it more towards how we play Humble in real life. When I was trying to make this game, I used Unity, but during the time I was making the game, there was a huge controversy you might have heard of. Unity announced their install fee, and quickly game developers panicked and switched over to Godot. So I decided to give it a try, and at first it looked extremely confusing, but with the help of tutorials, I was able to learn the engine. And even though it supports C#, which I was a bit familiar with, I still chose to go with Godot's coding language, GDScript, since if it got lost, I could look up a tutorial to help fix the issue. Whereas C# Godot didn't have much support when you're stuck on coding a mechanic. So I started again with the player movement, and once I borrowed the code from the tutorial, I decided to simulate some weight in the player camera when you press A and D, which is to recreate that head turn when you change direction. So now I got this moving bean, and I need to spawn a Humble in. The tricky part is getting the physics right since the collide of the ball isn't a perfect sphere to save FPS. So for now, I'll just make the collide a perfect sphere to get more accurate physics. Now, I need to work on a critical feature of the game, the passing mechanic. It's when you hit the ball down on your square first, which needs to glance over the line and hit the other player's square. I mean, how hard could it possibly be to code such a simple mechanic, right? Yeah, I think I should just work on McDonald's instead.
Never back down, never what? Never back down, never what?
Never give up. Just change this line. I'm not sure what's wrong with this, but I think I can fix it. This is so difficult. Almost there, and I finally did it. Totally didn't take me 3 months to figure that out. So the main issue that basically took me months was that the ball went only one direction when passing it, and even when the player faces the opposite direction, it's out of control. But I had to do tons of research, and after searching far and wide, I finally found some random math formula that actually solved my problem. So now I was finally able to work on the foundation of the game, the line and the court. So when you pass the ball, it hits your own square first, then it passes through the line and lands on the other player's square. That's what I need to code to make sure to play the proper pass. So I use colliders with detectors, and the color on the square changes whenever the ball is on it to make sure that it works. But there was also something missing. An opponent. I need to create one, and so I did. I looked up some tutorials on how to create a moving AI, and after totally not copying the code, I was able to use the passing mechanic from the player and just copy and paste, and it works like a charm. And while I did that, I also made a separate 1v1 area to place the AI in so it wouldn't randomly escape. But there was a massive problem. The AI was either way too powerful or just suffered from a massive skill issue. So since the AI works with a navigation path, I just need to move it a bit away from the line, and now it works a lot better, except this AI needs a name, so I just name him Bob, cause why not? And now it actually functions like a normal Humble game, just with some minor issues. But now I need to test this game with my friends to see how this game holds, and yeah, there was a lot of issues, quite a lot. So I gave it to my koala, and he absolutely loved the game. Then I went back to Godot and started fixing the bugs one by one. And after adjusting the game, I'd say it's actually playable for once. I also made sure to add a settings menu with being able to customize your graphics so your game doesn't explode. And you can also customize the difficulty of the AI in case you have a massive skill issue. To finalize the game so I can release on itch.io, I added a simple main menu, which I'll definitely update it in the future to make it a lot better. And if you want to help me test my games, consider joining my Discord server, cause I need feedback on the games I make so it can be a lot better. And this is just the start of the Humble game.